Will from Utica Mack is in right now. Good morning, Will.
Good morning, Bill.
I am going to get to this, but I was just going through some of the headlines on this Donald Trump. So today, each day, I go through multiple newspapers and headlines and try to grab as much information from everywhere that we can find. And today, I want to tell you, I have compiled a list of headlines. There's like 25, 26 big, different, unique Trump headlines. It's unlike, for instance, New York Post headline: Donald Trump speaks at a fourth grade level. That's their story. I mean, there are attacks. There's some that are pro.
That's from the New York Post.
That's the New York Post. Now remember,
some say the New York Post prints.
Well, that's a good point. Yeah.
Was he kneeling? Is a fourth grade level kneeling?
Kneeling down at a fourth grade level. You may be right.
Okay.
The Kremlin already mad at Trump. White power threatening note sent to Trump's son. That's the white powder. See, it's white power that seems to be supporting Trump, whether we like that or not. What else? There's a White House petition right now to arrest Donald Trump. How the Trump campaign could evolve into organized violence. How Trump rebranded the GOP. Gilbert Gottfried, who was on The Apprentice with Donald Trump. Gilbert Gottfried, here's his quote: "Trump is Hitler without the warmth." Take it for what it is. And Paul Ryan saying Trump's talk on riots unacceptable. And then just the list goes on. I got 26, 27 unique headlines that are out there on Donald Trump today. It's really, it has captured this country and the world. It's really incredible. Will Michaels is in right now, and Will is from Utica Mack. Huge help for us this year and last year with a water drive that we did for Flint, Michigan. Huge help for the toy drive every year, and you actually were what was your title? We actually gave you a title on the toy drive.
Yeah.
Director of
doing
major operations.
Yeah, whatever anybody needed, I took care of it.
Get toys for kids.
I do the best that I can.
Yeah. You've had a really big, very, very quick setback, and we wanted to share this because I think there's something to be learned here for everybody, and also what you're about to go through is really pretty intense.
Yeah, this past 6 months, Bill, has been really the worst of my life.
Well, let's talk about the medical the medical aspect that I think is.
I've been going through that for 6 months, and then 2 weeks ago, I got diagnosed with a bone disease called avascular necrosis, and basically both my femurs are dying. It's not getting blood and nutrition, and I have to go into a surgery this upcoming Thursday, and they're going to drill out the femur heads and pack it with bone from another part of my body, and put a screw and a plunger in there and kind of hope it recovers itself. But
so where did this come from, and how did this pop up here?
Well, the doctor asked if I was an alcoholic, and I don't drink much, and he asked if I had any trauma to my legs, which I didn't, and if I was on steroids, which I wasn't. And he says otherwise it was just bad luck. It's not hereditary or anything like that. Yeah. So I'm just been it's been a trial. Everything that I'm in right now is just a trial, and I stand firm on God to carry me through it.
And so explain what it is that you're going to have to go through, and very quickly, right? You're going to be...
Yeah, I found out about this. I've been in pain for 6 months with my legs and everything in my heart, and 2 weeks ago, I went in, got an MRI, and found out that I'm going to need to go for major surgery. It was so bad, the doctors are worried about my femur collapsing at any point.
Wow.
So I need to get in there, and they're going to drill out the bone, and I'll be in bed for about a month. And then I'll be on crutches for 6 weeks.
Yeah. Minaski had said that during the water drive, when you folks were lifting the water, that you were complaining of pain, and you just kind of blew it off. You didn't think anything of it.
Yeah, I don't like doctors and pain and things, and I just I do what I got to do to get the job done, and I just my family felt it really was just my heartache that was causing the problem.
Yeah.
And when I went to the MRI, that's really when it all came out.
Yeah.
And, the doctors were pretty concerned because they just said, you shouldn't be walking at all. You really should be in a wheelchair. And I'm like, well, I have to work. So I'm crutches.
And tell me, is there you hear people donating bone marrow. Is there something that you need? Are you the right type?
No,
Is it available?
My body is healthy. That's the good thing. I'm not overweight. I'm healthy. The doctor says I'm very good for this operation, but the operation only has a 50% chance of working. And if it doesn't work, then I'm going to need hip replacements, which at my age is not a good thing.
Right.
And the big thing was I'm up here by myself. And then once the Highland family from Utica Mack found out about this, Eddie Highland immediately said, hey, you can stay with me. And I'm going to be staying with Ed Highland.
So they're going to be there to help you.
Yeah, absolutely. Tom and Renee, and Ed and Sue. They're all like, whatever you need, we're there to help, And it just makes me feel loved.
When do you, so you're going to go in?
Thursday. This upcoming Thursday, yeah.
Okay, so you have a week to prepare.
Yeah.
You go in, they go through the procedure, and it really goes pretty quickly.
The procedure shouldn't take more than a couple of hours, and then I'll be in the hospital for 3 days in Syracuse, Krause Hospital, I think.
Krause Irving.
And I'll be there for 3 days, and then I'll be at Eddie's house.
Yeah.
That's it.
And what do they say on whether this will take? I mean, there's going to be a question, does this take, right?
It's 50% chance.
Yeah.
And it can go either way, they said. I shouldn't get hip replacements at my age because they won't last my lifetime.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what the doctors are concerned about.
All right. Well, listen, we wish you the best.
I appreciate that, Bill.
And you've been a huge help to the toy drive and to the water drive. I mean, you guys arranged, and you really when this thing idea came up, and it really kind of unfolded much quicker than we and much bigger than we expected. You were really there, and we can't thank you enough for that.
I originally came up here to build a youth camp, Bill. That's what I was up here for. So anytime there's somebody that needs help, I'm there. That's what I do, So I'm happy to do that sort of stuff.
All right, on one other happy note, if we could, the fact that you DJ in Times Square every New Year's Eve.
And I did the Boilermaker last couple of years.
And did the Boilermaker the last few years, been on stage at the Boilermaker. So you're out and about, and the help you've given, let's hope that people pray for you. And
that's what I'm asking for is prayer. God can heal all. Including hearts.
All right, Will, thank you.
Thanks so much, Bill.
All right, we'll break here. 8:18 at WIBX.